And just like magic, I say magic, I hope, boom, we're live. Right? I think we're live. Back on YouTube for the first time in a long time. Twitch changed their rules, basically, which allows me to do this. And if you're watching on YouTube, hello! I do stream all the time on Twitch, but I thought we'd do Deadline Day live for the first time in a long time, since FM21, and crack on with this. I'll, of course, want your suggestions for transfers coming soon, so I'll be reading along with the chat. And, of course, if you're watching this as a VOD in the future, hopefully the chat should be by the side, so it should make more sense. But if they ask questions and suggestions, I'll mention those as well. But before we go any further, let's run an intro to this series, because it's been a little while. We'll do an extended version. Here goes. Right. That was flawless, right? Absolutely flawless. So this should be about an hour or so of Deadline Day action as we're about to take part in it. We've done an episode of this for a little while, so I thought the best thing to do was to do Deadline Day live, give an extended episode of the Liverpool save. And since we last met, we've actually played a whole host of games. We beat Chelsea 4-1 very successfully, and then we're very quickly knocked out of the cup by Leeds, quite depressingly. They then beat us in the league as well, so they proved to us that they were pretty good. Wins against Newcastle, Crystal Palace, Southampton and Leicester got us back on track before a replay to come against Norwich, having beat Burton in the first round of the FA Cup. We might play this Manchester United game later today, so as long as Deadline Day doesn't go too badly or too long, we should be fine. Transfer-wise then, we've actually so far have made a few moves. Ignore what you may have seen just there. It could be real, it might not be. We've loaned out Luis Suarez to Ajax. Now, admittedly, viewers, I did bring in Luis Suarez to Liverpool thinking this was going to be a brilliant idea. He's gone to Ajax, he's got 3 in 4, and he's a former guy, isn't he, of Ajax? So I just thought, send him home, sort of home, Dutch home, and he's having a great time again. So it was best for him and best for me that we weren't paying his wages. So off he goes to them. We've also sold Joel Matip for £31,500,000. When you look at Joel Matip, you've got to wonder, and I'm wondering it now, why on earth did I do that? That seems like a silly thing to do. Why have I done that? I guess at 31, a little bit injury prone, hadn't really played a huge amount for me this season. It just seemed like a pretty good deal to bring in the money, at least, even if that money was split over two payments of around 15 million quid. But yeah, I just thought it made sense. As a result, we've already gone out and bought a replacement for him in Mukhtar Diakhaby, and I figured that would be a decent addition to the squad. But I still feel like, as we look at this league table right now, we are 5 points behind Manchester United with a game to play, of course, against them soon, hopefully to beat them, and a couple of points behind City as well. There's still time for this to be done, right? Sure, everything's going to be fine. The transfer window-wise then, we've got some money to spend. The board gave us about 35 million, of course, with the ins and outs of Matip and the way in which that works out. We've still got room to manoeuvre. Now, the squad, I think the squad is pretty well set. I think maybe another striker could be worth it at some stage, maybe another midfielder. Liverpool in real life maybe take a note of this, perhaps. I would. Anyway, just before we go any further, let me just say hello to everyone who's watching live. Hello, everybody. How are we doing? Good to see you. Welcome to this live stream. I don't know how many people will be watching this live. It's been a little while since we did this series, and people may have forgotten about it, but hopefully not. Of course, give me your suggestions in chat. They've got very low latency on the chat today, so do get involved and give me your suggestions. The one interesting thing, again, with Jota, is that there's been a little bit of interest in Diogo Jota. I've barely played him this season. He starts off with an injury, which is a really frustrating injury to have to deal with. So the question is, do we try and get in another striker, perhaps? Do we go for, again, a central midfielder? Fabinho's got a bit of an injury, as you know, as a Liverpool midfielder. At some stage, he will be injured. And we've still been playing around, of course, all year. If you're new to this save entirely, Trent and Henderson have basically swapped positions. Jordan Henderson is the best right back in world football now. He's played there 18 times, a 7.11 rating. He's been phenomenal. Okay, don't question it. It's been great. Trent, on the other hand, I would say has been okay. 4 goals and 4 assists. Maybe what you'd expect from a player like him anyway, considering he takes free kicks. But 7.22, that's pretty good over 19 games, right? And I think we'd all agree, he looks like a pretty good midfielder. He's the Joel Matip of central midfielders, if that makes sense. Defensively then, I think the reason we were so confident of selling Matip really is that Konate still looks really, really good. Of course, Joe Gomez now is sort of battling for that 3rd spot with Diakhaby, having brought him in. But that French connection we've got between Diakhaby and with Konate seems like it could be quite exciting. Midfield-wise, I'm not overly thrilled with Harvey Elliott or with Carvalho or Joe Gomez. Like, I feel like they're just, Oh, I don't know. I don't think they're quite at it. But the problem, of course, we have is that 27 million quid probably isn't going to bring us in a superstar player. But this is deadline day. Deadline day. This is deadline day. Anything could happen, and I'm prepared to make it happen. Striker-wise, again, that's maybe the other area where we could do with something. Mo Salah has sort of settled into that position on the right this season. 18 assists, 14 goals. It feels silly to try and change too much. And Luis Diaz on the left-hand side. So what I'm saying is, just the squad's not bad. It's in a pretty good spot. The potential we've got in the squad doesn't seem to be as good as you'd want it to be. By that, I mean, maybe the likes of Carvalho seem like just like they're not going to become the player you'd want them to. Calvin Ramsey feels a bit like that as well. You'd even go as far to say Harvey Elliott feels a little bit like way off where he could be, even at 19, right? He's improving, but I think to find out where he's supposed to play is part of our issue. And actually, we've got a weird situation at Liverpool where the striker, Darwin Núñez, is actually playing really well. So far this year, 18 goals in 20. There's no need to maybe bring him out and get someone else in, but giving him a bit more backup in that role might be important. Someone who's maybe of a similar style to him, but not quite him. And Bobby Firmino, again, isn't necessarily that guy anymore. Would we let Bobby go if a bid came in late? In fact, would we offer Bobby out this year? What does that seem? I mean, he's barely played and he's not played well. It would be a big move to just like move Bobby Firmino on. And that's what I'm here to do, viewers, big moves. But let's enter deadline day and delve right in then. As there's a few options for us there. And again, a few players with interest. Like if we saw Jota and Gomez, if you can see, you can't quite see that coming the way, but it's 43 million for Gomez, 41 million for Jota. I mean, if that's the money that we make, then fantastic. Of course, this is a live episode, so everything I do, you'll be seeing. Is Fabio Carvalho likely to leave the club on loan, or do I expect him to stay? It's interesting, isn't it? Because, again, he's one of these players that hasn't had a major impact, but as a squad player, has got a part to play, maybe. I almost want to say, I don't want to discuss it. So I've gone into the interview and I've gone, no. The thing is, in real life, and I can't look at this as real life because I've got to look at it as the video game, but I love Bobby Firmino. So the idea of letting him go would be awful. But in terms of what we need in this team right now, he's not offering me a great deal. I'm not really playing him. It might also allow Jota to play a little bit more as a player I don't really want to lose. Do I list Bobby Firmino, persuade him to leave? He wants to leave. Oh, in which case, Bobby, go, mate. By all means, off your pops, sunshine. I'm not that bothered. A few people are mentioning the guy from Napoli. I like the fact that people are suggesting him in ways where they have to spell his name differently. Of course, they're not called Napoli in game. They're called Parthenope, which I think is a perfect pronunciation. It's the Georgian fella. You all know who we're talking about. Krovanatratschik. KK77, number 77, we should maybe call him. He's obviously fantastic, but he's not that dissimilar really to Luis Diaz. So he's a suggestion from chat that we've just had. If we look at Luis Diaz, I'm sure there's a perfect way to pronounce it. I'm just not fully aware how to do it. Yeah, him and Luis Diaz are basically the same player, is my conclusion. Whereas Diaz has done a bit more for us this year than he's done for Napoli. So eat that. Although he's obviously really good in real life. Someone like Osimhen, again, would be quite a good second choice striker behind the likes of Darwin Núñez. He's had a particularly underwhelming start to the year. Maybe injured. Yeah, big injury. Broken ankle as well. So he's missed out all of the season so far, basically. But again, it's not necessarily a position we need to strengthen or improve in. So let's not get too bogged down in strikers, perhaps. And again, if Bobby Firmino now we've transfer listed him, we should maybe offer him out again. Team seemed a little bit unsure because of the fact that his wages are quite a lot. But I don't think he's got very left. Actually, is he out of contract? Are we going to lose him on a free here? Oh, I'm such a moron. I've tried to cash in. Now we're not only stuck with him for 6 months, but no one's going to bid. Because we're just going to... It's a poor start, viewers. It's a horrendously poor start. I've basically just gone, Bobby Firmino's out of contract. I've basically got a loud hailer and just gone, guys, hi. Let's do. Guys, everyone, hi. Bobby Firmino's available for nothing, even though he's valued at 24 million. So if anyone's interested, get in touch and we can make that happen. Cheers, guys. That's basically what I've done, which we've 10 hours remaining. You've been waiting for that. Yeah, it's not ideal news. Oh, I've missed doing that. That was a joy. Again, so far, oh God, he snubbed them. He doesn't even want to leave for them. A twist in the tail. No, because he's on £180,000 a week. He's not a player I'd offer a new contract to. What I really should have done, if you're a smart Football Manager player, you offer him out long before this moment now and try and get the money for him around sort of early December. Thomas Lemar, who you might forget we've even signed, wide 4.7 million. That's why he's not happy either. But again, he's sort of the sort of player you bring in. You can let Bobby go as a result. But we've barely played it. The problem is the front three are good. So what do you want me to do? Play players that aren't as good in hopes of keeping them happy? I cannot do that. I thought we'd have more injuries, frankly, considering who we are. I had a chat with Thomas Lamar earlier today. The player wants to discuss the possibility of going out on loan. Absolutely not, Thomas. Jordan, handle this for me. Thanks, Jordan. Jordan's going to get on that for us. He's done nothing. Okay, I'll discuss the issues with Thomas. Hi, Thomas. Good to see you. You're not going anywhere. I'm really concerned that my career prospects will suffer if I don't play regularly here and I'm denied a loan. God, and he's downcast and his agent is dubious. So that's worrying. I'm going to say, listen, you think you know best, but you don't. He's going to love that. And my French is terrible, so I'm doing it in English. This is awful. I'm your manager and I have your best interests at heart. I don't. I have the interests of me and the football club at heart. I couldn't care less about Thomas Lamar at this point. Obviously, that's not an option to say. If it was, I would. I don't think a loan move is suitable for you at this minute. You're going to have to accept that. And he's apologised almost. Sorry, boss. I can see this isn't the behaviour you want to see from your players. I'll drop it. And they are helpful. Wow, it really is Halloween today because they are. I can't. That's the best manager meeting I've ever had with any player ever. So shout to all of us. I think we've all done well there. We've all been a part of that. I can't quite believe it's happened. 8 hours remaining. The problem is this is a 10-minute episode at the moment because I'm doing nothing, I realise. So shall we try and look for maybe another player to bring in? Maybe somebody who's transfer listed? Hello? I think that's where we belong. 7 hours to go. We really are leaving this last minute, aren't we? £27 million to spend. I've already brought in my defensive replacement for Matip. But the question is, who's on this list that could excite us, viewers? Now, I'm reading the chat. Someone's mentioned Nkunku. He could be probably quite expensive. Bruno Guimaraes, again, probably too expensive for the money that we've got at the moment. But we've got a lot on the wage bill as well, so we could always move that around a little bit if we need to. I'm just taking any more suggestions from the chat. Someone suggested Gini Wijnaldum. I did consider bringing back every former Liverpool player ever to play for me. You know, the likes of Lucas Leiva was an option, chat mentioned earlier on, but that, again, doesn't seem like a logical option. A lot of people are saying Verratti, who's on the list, as is Marlon, because Marlon, of course, quite quick, not that dissimilar to Nunez in that regard, but different in a sense. Adama Traore, that's a different one. That's Adama Traore, not Adama. I should move on, Ben. Move on from that mistake. Who else have we got? So Verratti, £29 million. He's fantastic, isn't he? But with the likes of Bellingham and Thiago and Trent, I'm trying to get them to play. So buying that sort of midfielder, I don't necessarily think is the way forward. I'm clearly not even playing wingers at this stage. I feel like someone who's a bit more like Fabinho. Do you know what I mean? Sort of a Fabinho-esque player sort of play second fiddle to him. We've got Thiago in there at the moment, but I don't really want that sort of player. I want more of a ball winner to go and get it for me. So I think we've identified the issue, viewers. We need a defensive destroyer. Maybe Lucas Leiva is the answer, viewers. Maybe. Some of the suggestions. Dewsbury Hall people are mentioning because he's here on the list for 26 million. Good young English player, but again, doesn't really fit into what we're doing at the moment. Coop Miners, people suggesting. Basuma, I don't think we'd be able to get from Tottenham considering he's just moved. How much is Calvin Phillips? Again, I think the fact he's at City suggests we probably can't sort of wrestle him over to Liverpool. Not that I'd wrestle him. I say that like I'd get him in a headlock and sort of drag him to Liverpool, but I suspect he's got a car of his own accord that he could drive. Okay, what we'll do is then we'll change it slightly to see exactly who's possible to get. So Bradley Johnson there. I mean, there's a player that no one thinks I'm going to sign. I say that. If I end up with Bradley Johnson in about 20 minutes, that this has gone as badly as it could possibly go. So what we're getting here, chat, is that the transfer list, I think we can all agree from what we're seeing, is not the place we want to be in. But let's see who's extremely interested, because that'll make a transfer deal go super smooth, you would think, right? Someone like Caicedo would be amazing to get in. I've got him in my Brighton save over on Twitch, which I definitely recommend you come and watch. There's a link in the description to the Twitch channel. He's the right sort of player for this situation, but I don't think he's necessarily the right sort of player for us right now, in that, again, financially, he would have to do a lot of manoeuvring. Frustratingly, someone like Emre Can would be perfect. Again, you're talking about that position of Fabinho. Emre Can could come in and play a really similar role to that, so he'd be really good. And we are sort of working our way down in terms of cost. So Bamba, who's playing over in Portugal, No, but again, good to see you. I hope you're well. Edson Alvarez, the guy at Ajax, right? That can play centre back, that can play slightly further forward as the ball winner. Interesting. 25 years of age, 6'1", really good mental attributes as well. Maybe not quite quick enough off the mark. Like his acceleration's a little bit low. His pace isn't great. Strength's okay, but not amazing. It's a tricky one. I'm going to scout him with no time to get a report on him. But a few other suggestions coming in from the chat. Declan Rice has been suggested. Too expensive, I would imagine. Someone suggested that we compare Alvarez to Fabinho, which I actually think is a pretty smart move. Again, we're looking for sort of Fabinho, crumbs. We've basically found Fabinho light there in Edson Alvarez. Is he the right kind of guy for this system? He's basically the same player. He does all the things that Fabinho do. Well, like that. The chat are here live, people watching the VOD. So let's ask them, like, chat, do we think that Edson Alvarez is the yes? I just want a yes or a no in the chat. Do we think so? And there'll be, I can only assume because I found him, people are going to go, yes, Ben, that's a brilliant signing. Get him through the door. Well done. Renato Sanchez is there as well, by the way. Not exactly the same sort of player as Fabinho, but interesting. Grujic as well. Blimey, I'm looking at the chat. There's quite a lot of yeses, but I will admit there are also quite a lot of no's. So someone's asked what happened with Twitch. Nothing. They just allow you to stream on YouTube now. So I appreciate them letting me do that. So it's good to be here. Good to see you on YouTube. Hope you're all very well. Thank you for watching the video I did with the other 4 boys recently, with Zealand, Kevin, Jack, and myself, where we talked about FM23. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did enjoy it, good. Thank you for watching it. Welcome on board. Martin de Roon as an option. I will say, not many people, not many people have said yes. I mean, lots of people have said yes, but not everyone said yes, which admittedly is going to be tough. Someone has mentioned we make Trent the defensive midfielder. Maybe Trent is the guy. How many roles can we get Trent playing in all of this? Because again, I like him, but I think creativity-wise, right, with that passing, the vision, having him further forward, he's natural there now. Oh, everyone freeze a moment, because Trent is now natural at central midfield. He played there when he was younger, but that's the first time I've gone on his profile and seen him natural. Jordan, come on. If I get Jordan Henderson to be a natural right back, I've won the save. I've won it. But we've finally got Trent to be natural at central midfield, which I'm very happy with. I'm not sure putting Trent there is the play, honestly. Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain's here. The problem is he's another one who could leave on a free transfer, and me offering him out. All I'm doing here is going, guys. Trent, not Trent. Alex, double barrel, so confusing. He's always getting confused with people. Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain is available on transfer. If anyone wants him, just let me know. Saying it quietly though, please don't push for him. But I am going to, crimey. Well, I did a church for a moment there. I'm going to offer him out anyway, because again, if I can get a bit of money from an English team maybe, or someone that wants him desperately now, then we should maybe do that. Milner's another one. I think Milner's already said, yeah, I'm going to leave. And considering he's on, how much money is Milner on again? It's like £120,000 for James Milner. Like, I like the bloke. He's been a good servant to Liverpool, but my God, we have to move on. The revolution of our midfield next year, by the way, is going to have to be pretty dramatic. And our balance, I feel like FSG are definitely in charge, because I feel like our balance is not great for what we're actually trying to do here. So let's take a look at this again. Do we go back in for the big dog? I mean, Saul, after that commentary, I wouldn't play in there. I feel like Edson Alvarez is maybe the option, but are they going to let me have him for the fee that we can pay? Like 24 million is kind of, like, this makes sense in that you can also play centre back, right? So if we do get like viewers, we've put all our eggs in the Edson Alvarez basket, and someone's thrown the basket on the floor, and all the eggs have smashed to pieces. Which I think is an analogy. What are we going to do? We can't. He's not an option then. And also, the range is absolute. I was like bollocks. The range is bollocks, isn't it? I mean, that's not even true. Well, it's a good start to proceedings. I'm scrolling further down now because I'm terrified that the next person I go for, they're going to want loads of money as well. The Pobega guy, who I think I renamed Pogba 2 in a save once before. But anyway, no, he's not quite good enough. Oh, mate, I feel like I've ruined this because I really wanted him. Martin de Roon, Maxim Lopez. I do really like Lopez, but I don't think he's the Fabinho replacement. Enzo Fernandez has been written a few times. No, either that's one person in the chat going Enzo Fernandez, or it isn't. Oh, see, he's really good, but he's really expensive. Now, I could do what my friend Kevin Elujo Chapman would do and just don't worry about the money. Just installments. Don't worry about the future. Don't worry about anything. Just do that. Just go 75 million, done, and then just do that. But is that morally corrupt? Because that's why he would do it, because he's obviously from that school of thought. So for 75 million for a player like Enzo Fernandez, we've sort of gone, forget the system. You know what? Let's just do whatever we want. Bids for Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain. I've done it again. See, this is the problem now. They all, not only are they purchasing him for nothing, they want me to pay his wage. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Oh, how many hours? 7 hours remaining. Thank you for keeping me in check there. We nearly moved past that by accident. So the wages obviously demands are pretty big for a player that's 22. The goals and assists from a deeper position. He's just been bought from River to the point where I think I've bought him from River before. And now he's not really the defensive midfielder. Again, compare him to Fabinho. Like, we almost had the perfect replacement with Edson Alvarez. It's a different sort of player. The defensive aerial capabilities of Enzo Fernandez are not the same. So, walk away from that, okay? 75 million. It was corrupt anyway. Step away. We'll go to Fabinho. We'll try and find players of a similar nature. Is it even... There are none. They don't exist. Right, well, we'll look for someone slightly worse. Oh, well, of course. There's Edson Alvarez again, popping his head up, annoying me, frankly. So we know we probably can't get him. Fofana at Monaco, he's got an inform on FIFA this year, so that must mean he's good. Morita, who's 27, he looks really good. But again, he's similar to what we've got. Miguel Veloso. If it was FM12, I'd be all over that, but it's not, viewers, so we won't. Camavinga, I don't think we're getting him. Tonali would be amazing, obviously. Would obviously be good. Or maybe it's a different Fofana. Maybe I'm getting my Fofanas crossed. Someone's told me about a different Fofana. Maybe it's the other Fofana. But I know he plays a similar role, so I don't know what I'm saying. Fofana there. I don't think Fofana's the guy. He's actually a bit deceptive because there's not an outpouring of yellow attributes there. But it's dribbling, first touch, passing and tackling, all 14s. Again, mentally, he's got loads of 14s, a couple of 15s in there as well. And physically, pretty good. Well, but so hang on, let's go to Lens and see if we can get the guy, the defensive midfielder who plays for them. Is he here? I really hope he's here now. Unless I've been conned completely. Oh, this guy here, this is Fofana. Oh, not nearly as defensive. This is the guy I was talking about, though. Not nearly as defensive. So again, not really a good fit for the Fabinho replacement. I think the Fabinho replacement is limited to the players on this list. And maybe Edson Alvarez is the guy, but, and again, 25, like, he's a good age, great age. I think we try and, I can't offer 36 up front. Let's ask the agent. That's what we should have done to begin with. Hello, guys. We're really interested in wanting him. 36 to 44 million. I'm going to say, can you lower his wage slightly? He's open to the possibility of scaling back his wage demands. Fantastic news. We've got like 10 grand off that. So, I think this is the play. 25 million up front for him. 15 million over time. That seems, I'll go 12 because 15 seems too reasonable. 12 million. I think this is the guy. Someone in chat has destroyed my well-being by simply just putting, you will not play him. And my brain's going, of course I'll play him. But the part of my brain that's correct is going, no, you won't. You won't play him. You'll play Fabinho when he's fit. You're currently playing Thiago there. And he's so right. That's the problem. I won't play him. So are we better? So is this deadline day being me looking at... This is so classic me. This has got the full... We're definitely playing United after this because this has been a con so far. The conclusion of deadline day might be, I shouldn't buy anybody, should I? Someone said Arnold from hang on, what am I doing here? Arnold from Wolfsburg. I'm familiar with the player. This guy, isn't it? Right, let's see. Oh, so he's a bit too good offensively. We're looking for someone who plays a little bit deeper. And I think even though he looks a bit like Fox in the box, he's not the guy that I should be signing. Do you know who would offer me some good advice on this? Ben Sports News. You're so right. Whatever happened to Ben Sports News? He might be on the phone. Is he on the phone? Is that him there? Is that no? Oh, no, I missed it. He's just called. We've missed that there. I'm sure it was nothing. I'm sure he'll be fine. Viewers. 4 hours remaining. Someone's mentioned Barella. Like, I don't think I'm going to be able to afford Barella unless someone comes in late for Jota. Unless we try and do something ridiculous, which is sell Diogo Jota for extortionate money and attempt to bring in someone really good with 4 hours left. I haven't thought this through at all, have I? The stream might freeze here as well because YouTube and streaming generally, no one's interested. I had bid to 40 million that I turned down from Real Madrid. City are now like, yeah, we'll get 2 hours left. I'm loaning someone out of pure desperation, chat. We're loaning. Who are we loaning? Anyone. Loan them in. Camavinga on loan? What a shambles. If you've watched this, fair play to you. You deserve more than I'm prepared to give. Any listed loanees? What a shambles. This is so bad from me, Marco. I thought that was the PSG centre back. I thought that will save my deadline day if I bring him in. Yassin Adli, another player I absolutely won't play. If you tune in today thinking this is going to be a complete risk-free transfer window, nothing can possibly go wrong. You've watched videos identical to this, so this was always possible. I think we go for Camavinga. If Real Madrid, if Real Madrid will let me have Camavinga. Mandatory future fee. I can't do a mandatory future fee. That's obviously not going to happen. Optional future fee of 120 million. How much will that cost me in wages for the end of the season? Where's the cost on this? 10 million if he plays, 17 if he doesn't. Seems like a lot, chat, doesn't it? But if this is a one season save, Camavinga at the last minute moment. Is that I know it's a lot of money, but think of the strength in depth we're gonna get by getting Camavinga in. It's amazing I'm not signing a right back. Anyway, let's I think we've Camavinga, chat. Is that a yes or no? Yeah, it's loads of money, but it's one of the best young players in the world who I could buy for 100 million next season. You're talking about revitalising midfield. Is Camavinga the guy? I mean, right. This is kind of worth it, isn't it? This is kind of worth it. All I've got to do is make sure he plays a little game here or there. He can start the first game against United as well, by the way. People saying won't play, like they know they're in my head now. They were not doing it. He's coming in. Camavinga, done. 1 hour remaining. He will play. Matt Llewellyn in chat. He will play. He's going to play the first game we've got. Camavinga joins Liverpool. There. Saved it. There it is. Deadline day. Jordan Daniel in chat. Dumb move. Who would you have signed, Jordan? Get your suggestion in chat, Jordan. Who would you have signed? Exactly. Now, the point is, I'm not going to sign him next year. So don't worry. I'm obviously not going to sign him. It's too much money. You convert, like, listen here, the press have come in. Jordan said, Hull City, Adama Traore. You see, idiot, Jordan, idiot. You confirmed the loan signing of Eduardo Camavinga during the window. How much of an impact do you think he can have on the rest of the season? Great question. Eat this, Jordan Daniel. We're delighted to have him. We think he'll do great things here. Oh, well, look what I've said publicly now, Jordan. You've made a fool out of yourself, haven't you, Jordan? I'll be honest, Jordan, this has become more about you than I expected. But well done, us. Chat. Oh, we've got Jay Spearing as well. Where Jay Spearing? Why have we bothered? Why did we bother with a defensive midfielder? Silly us. Silly us. We've got a man with 15 bravery, 15 aggression, work rate, tackling. And look at that face. That's a man who knows he's played at the heights of football. Well, maybe we register Jay Spearing for the squad. That might be a route here. So Camavinga, do I even have to register Camavinga? Don't even need to register him. See how many spots I'm saving? Get me. Where is he? Get me. He's already registered. Why is he already registered? Jay Spearing, welcome to welcome. Hang on, I thought I had another transfer lined up that hasn't gone through here. Andy, what are we waiting for, mate? Andy, why are we wasting time? You won't be able to be registered, will you? I can't just register you for the what? We've got a contract out on this. I'm concerned, but I'm sure it'll be fine. Probably should have mentioned this earlier. Trying to get Andy Carroll in. So I think it's a good addition to the squad. Flavour of the month I just got there. What did we get? What's flavour of the month? Oh, hello. Hello, everybody. Who's that there? Who's that, guys? So that's your manager of the month, isn't it? Oh, yes. Oh, God, no, not doing that again. We're fine. That's never happened in an episode before now. So we're fine. Everyone, calm. We've got Camavinga. I just see is Jordan Daniels there, or is he? No, he's not. Coward. Start the press conference. He's a quality player. I agree. He's got a bag of tricks. Can't wait to work with him. We've an excess of options now. Do you think you have too many players to play in central midfield? Oh, you should see what Twitter says, mate. You've got no idea. Does Camavinga have the capacity to perform in different roles? Does he ever? Oh yeah, he does. Oh yeah. Canteen. Put the kit out. Does all sorts. What? Sorry. Diogo? It's the window has slammed shut. That was an amazing sound effect there, by the way. Slammed shut. So don't you start kicking off, Diogo. Absolutely not. I'll tell you what you do, Diogo. Oh, what's happening now? Injuries are plenty. I think what Diogo Jota needs, and I think it's obvious to us all, he needs to make sure that if he's getting Football Manager this year, he gets it using code FM23Benjy, only with Fanatical. Link on my Twitter if you're interested. Right, come on then, moving on. Sorry, I got distracted there. Shambolic so far. Let's see what's what then. Chelsea playing Wolves here. We're going to play one game today to seal off today. We're going to play Manchester United at Old Trafford, as we can register a few players as well. Diaby and Camavinga go in there. We've got Bayern Munich, by the way, in the. I guess we'll. Oh, I can't do Calvin Ramsey. Not allowed. So that right back option. Not available to us. We've got Bayern Munich in the Champions League. So tomorrow's episode will either be the first or second leg against Bayern. What would you like, chat? In fact, see, this is great. I can let chat decide everything. We should just do this live every day. Every day should just be a live episode of. That would be a new way of doing YouTube, wouldn't it? Every day I'm just live at 5 o'clock. I realise someone said second match. Andy Carroll is delighted to have agreed terms with us. He's looking forward to joining such a reputable club. Head physio Lee Nobles has given Andy Carroll a clean bill of health after the player cleared his medicals without any immediate concerns. So there you are then. Easy. Andy Carroll, when he comes, can I still register him? Or have we just... Angry with the signing of a player who looks surplus to requirements. The fan reaction, not good. Clearly forgetting the six goals. The 6 goals he scored. The 6 excellent goals he scored. That double against Man City that he scored. Ask Henderson to welcome Andy Carroll. They signed during the same transfer window. Now, can I register him to the Premier League squad? Because if I can't, that is a real problem. Andy Carroll. What? He can't register. But chat said we would be... So he's literally just playing with Jay Spearing then? In the 21s? Where's Stuart Downing? I need to sign Stuart Downing. Is he still playing? Chat said that Andy Carroll will be able to be registered. It turns out all Andy Carroll can do is play in the FA Cup. And I've got a replay against Norwich coming soon. So I can't play Andy Carroll now. I realise I've got Jay Spearing, Andy Carroll, and Luis Suarez technically registered to the team. When Louis comes back, he's not going to be able to believe it. All right, so Andy's going into the under-21s. Why did he wait until after... He was a free transfer. Someone's made a great point. This has become a meme save. Totally... That's not him. That's not even his ace. That's Charlie Adams. That's a different person. Charlie? No, he's not there. Right then. Just when you thought this couldn't get any better, viewers, have I got some news for you. Starting today's... Yeah, eat that. Eat that. Where is he? Where's I forgot his name. That's how much his opinion matters to me. Jordan. I remembered it. Camavinga starts. Oh, Luis Diaz is just fit to play. Thiago on the bench then for this one, with Thomas Lemar there as well. We don't need a backup goalkeeper. You never need the backup goalkeeper. Team-wise, though, we look pretty strong. And again, team-wise, we've played well so far this season. That front three have been goal machines. The recent bit of form of Luis Diaz, though, hasn't been fantastic. But Darwin Núñez is an absolute threat in every single game. It'll be interesting to see with United here on whether they play Ronaldo up front or if they go for someone a little bit more mobile to give us a bit more of a problem. I think we would probably prefer to play Ronaldo, I have to say. Number for Camavinga. How many letters are in his name? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. It's like fate, viewers. It's like, and that's how you should give numbers. Okay, 16 letters. So if anyone comes in, why is Camavinga number 16? Because that's how many numbers there are in his name. Okay, they are starting Ronaldo with Sancho, Fernandes, and Anthony just behind. Casemiro and Eriksen sitting a little deeper. Malacia at left back, Delo at right back, Varane and Martinez. Who, it's obviously become the set style for. Sorry, I said Manchester United there. Of course, this isn't Manchester United. This is Man UFC, who are completely different to Manchester United and in no way replicate or represent Manchester United. That badge is obviously a mistake. As are the faces, you can see that. These are none of this real. None of this is real, is what I'm getting at. Okay, here we go then. Thank you for watching live. Thank you for watching this as a video, of course, as well. As here we go then. There's the Premier League table. It would be a huge, huge win for us if we're to get them. United have a game in hand, so winning this game would mean that with the option of us getting above them in the league table. By the way, Ben the Rock Carr looks massive compared to Ten Hag there. Right then, let's win this football match. I do think this system on FM this year. Oh God, Christian Eriksen is good at free kicks, isn't he? We're playing attacking away at Old Trafford, and there's an early 5-minute free kick for Christian Eriksen, and it's been dealt with comfortably by Alisson, who puts it behind for a corner kick. Eriksen then, to swing in a corner now. He loves set pieces. This is all he does. Just jogs around, taking set pieces. It's an easy life, isn't it? Ball played in and headed away. Eriksen gets it again. There's your defender. Look at Jordan. Oh, look at him go. Jordan Henderson does brilliantly as he brings the ball away. But there's the highlight then. There's Virgil van Dijk on the ball for Liverpool into Jude Bellingham. This is what you're looking for from... Well, we gave the ball away, but then so did they. Luis Diaz back to Camavinga starting. Eat that, Jordan. Ball played across. There he is, Trent. Oh, no. It was a great run, by the way. The pass was majestic as De Gea clears it very, very quickly up towards Ronaldo. Konate wins the header, but Sancho picks up the loose ball. But there we are, Trent getting in there and getting it back, and Henderson nabs it off Ronaldo. The game right now is loose. The match engine this year, of course, very similar to that too, as Martinez picks it up. His height so far not a factor in this game, but will it later on? Who knows? As United with some really nice possession down this side. Oh no, Salah nabs in, wins it back. He's got options to his left-hand side. He finds Luis Diaz. Come on! 11 minutes gone. I don't know why I'm just doing times in that voice now. It felt right, but I shouldn't have done it really. Luis Diaz, despite the injury, or apparent injury that he's got, Liverpool lead 1-0. And that all comes, by the way, from the pressure from Trent at that central midfield spot, of course. And then Mo Salah, those two boys combine once again. If only real life was like this. Of course, as a Liverpool fan, this actually hurts me more than makes me feel good. But that puts our XG through the roof as well. So even if we're not playing well, it looks as if we are now. Some nice possession again. Jude Bellingham fizzes a ball in towards Núñez. It doesn't work out, but Núñez wins it back. And there's Salah once again. Referee! That man's bent over for some reason. He's not happy. Malacia has fouled Mo Salah, surely. And this is going to be 2-0 away at Old Trafford. Goodness me, a penalty review incoming then. Great work from Salah, and there's the penalty being awarded. And I'll tell you who I want to take it, viewers. And you might be thinking, oh, obviously Mo Salah. No, I want hang on, what are we doing here? Penalty takers. I want Camavinga on it, obviously, on his debut. Because not only is he playing for me, viewers, he's a massive part of my team. Okay? Jordan Daniel. Eat this. Number 16. Camavinga on his loan move from Real Madrid makes it 2-0. It's a doddle, football management, isn't it? It's a doddle. 2-0 Liverpool. Sensational. Sensational. This is what we're talking about. Camavinga, lovely slotted finish. And not only playing viewers, but scoring goals, having a huge impact. Martinez heads over. We're fine. 2-0 Liverpool then. Cruising, aren't we? I mean, I'll take the credit on this occasion, sure. Diego Dalot plays the ball in to Casemiro, who we've barely seen so far in this game. He's not really had a lot to do. Well, and the defending that he's supposed to have done, he hasn't really. Konate into Camavinga. My everything, as I like to call him. Jude Bellingham to Luis Diaz. Oh, Luis, what are you doing? Eriksen nabs in there and wins it back. There's Varane now. Plays it across to David De Gea. Martinez picks it up. Goes for that long ball. They've done this a few times. And I was going to say it hasn't really worked out. Brilliant. What is wrong? It's not just in the videos. Is the evidence we're providing here. Cristiano Ronaldo makes it 2-1. It's defensive calamity at the back, which at least you can't accuse FM of not being realistic. Virgil van Dijk's been mugged off. It's an amazing finish from Ronaldo. And they're back to 2-1. Brilliant. Okay. Well, we played pretty well up to that point right there. Everything was going, I would say, swimmingly. We'll demand a bit more from the lads. If they've got more to give, we'll keep an eye on the fitness of Jude Bellingham and on Luis Diaz. Of course, we've got players on the bench to come in and replace if needs be. There's Dalot again, working it around. So I can hear some trick-or-treaters knocking on my door. So yeah, I hope they're being polite, and I think we're giving them some sweets or something. I think what we should do is give them some bills to pay. I mean, that would work out better for us. Ball played in again. Camavinga heads it away. Defensive machine, Trojan horse of defending. Martinez though driving forward from centre back. As he's working quite nicely, but there's Salah and there's Nunes to launch one forward. And I've got to say, United are pinning us in a little bit here as Trent flies in with a challenge on I think it was Casemiro actually. Out towards Dalot again. Anthony's got some space. We were 2-0 up. We were happy. And now look what's happened. Manchester United 2, Liverpool 2. Shambles doesn't even begin to explain what's occurred in the last 5 minutes of this game. They get some scrappy Ronaldo volley. It was a really good volley. Scrappy Ronaldo finish. And now this. We're wrong side. I'll tell you who would have solved this. Joel Matip. So we go in at half, unbelievably viewers, we go in at half time at 2-2 after having much the best of things, playing sensationally well. I think going on attacking after being 2-0 up was probably the mistake. We didn't necessarily need to do that. Defensively, there's been a calamity. And if you've not seen the Jordan Henderson experiment, this looks stupid. It says defender right. It says he can play. It's not natural. He's not natural, but it now comes up as a position he's natural in. Right, come on, or at least accomplished in, right? Go out there and give the fans their money's worth. I'm delighted with the performance so far. No, we're the better team. Win this. You weren't that bad, but I believe you've got what it takes. Go out there and prove it. I've got faith in you all. I'm a bit nervous because, let's face it, since their goals, we've been under pressure. Here's Trent, though, with that wand of a right foot. Finds Mo Salah. Referee! It's a great challenge. Just point it out, if anything. There's Trent. Played in. Nunes! Ho! Darwin Nunes! If you know the song from TikTok, sing along. But there it is. 3-2. And we're back in business. And business is goals. And business is good. Lovely stuff. There's Mo Salah. Challenge from Martinez. But, I mean, not good enough, is it, really? Into Trent there, then. And we're back in the lead. 3-2. Lovely finish. I mean, Casemiro there. Question marks on him. You've got to say it. But is Camavinga really a deep line playmaker? That's a great point. Should I play him as the ball-winning midfielder on support? As it's flicked towards De Gea. In fact, we're going to do that now. You've inspired me. See, this is the influence you can have on me as a chat. I'm worried a little bit about Diaz, so I think the move is probably Jota. Not just because he's threatened me, but because I think he's genuinely the best option to bring on when a player is struggling. As the ball is launched forward, calmness from Alisson as he just fires it straight back without even thinking. Nunes was there, but it does give possession back to Man United, which is a bit... Sorry, Man UFTC, whatever that means. Dalot on this side again. Working it quite nicely. Both teams have looked really comfortable in possession. I mean, goalkeepers are fine, chat. So don't. It's a beta, remember. So don't panic. Casemiro. Oh my goodness me. Yeah, because he's known for doing that, isn't he? Casemiro makes it 3-3 and a barnstormer of a game. Thank goodness we're doing it as a live stream video, because that is a stunner. I've got a question the bit before that maybe. But still, not ideal. There's Casemiro. It's a thudding effort. 3-3. We're going to make the change. We're going to see Jota come on in these latter stages. We might bring Thiago on as well for Bellingham. He's having a bit of a quiet one so far, it must be said. Ball played in. There's Ronaldo. Becker with a brilliant save, or Alisson as he's better known. I'm going to bring Thiago in for Bellingham and make him the deep line playmaker instead, right? Let him dictate things from a little bit deeper, work it into Jota a little more. Hopefully have them two combine to maybe get Nunes another chance. But never mind. The long ball will do the business. There's Darwin Nunes. Oh, he's bottled the chance. Darwin, my boy. That was your big moment, and you've thrown it away. Well, we've thrown 2 leads away now. There's another highlight for us as Martinez coolly heads back to De Gea. Who's on bookings at the moment? I just noticed Martinez is on one. They've got 4 players booked. So the game could swing with a red card as that ball launched forward. Not particularly... I don't want to... Joel Matip, shall we go in? We should have loaned Joel Matip. I think that would have solved it. Because this from Canate here, I can't begin to explain what he's thought there. Is that my fault? I mean, you might argue, well, do you know what? I think the right move here, Joe Gomez, a man that's never made a mistake for Liverpool in that sort of fashion. Look, the XG says we should be winning this as well. So what we can do. Brilliant. It's going well, this, isn't it? Thomas Lamar on. Quality. So just made my final substitution. And the salute. I'm fine. I'm so calm right now. You wouldn't believe how calm. I'm so calm. I am so happy and so calm. Camavinga, ball in midfielder. Thiago, deep line player. Are you kidding me? I thought we could make more subs than this. Are we not allowed? I thought you were allowed to make more sub. You can't make it. I thought it was 5 subs. Did I make too many subs in different time periods? When can I make? Can I do it now? I'm going to try do it now. He's gone. I can't do it now because he's gone. Can I bring on? No. Okay, that's that then. Quality. That's class. So we're down to 10 minutes. Don't score now. It'll only annoy me further. Trent. I mean, what was that? 5 subs, but only in 3 stops. But did I make 3 stops? I don't feel like I made 3 stops, did I? Did I? Did I make more than 3 stops? Or did I do them already? Yeah, but what if it's if it's an enforced injury, you're just not allowed to make this change? Is that the rule? I didn't think that was the rule. Oh, viewers. What a shambles. Well, they've got a corner. I thought this was going to be the game. We were 2-0 up and I thought, blimey, we're going to win the league season 1. We can declare the save complete. Ball played in, off the bar. We need an equaliser. That's the minimum now, isn't it? We need an equaliser. Forget everything you've learned, viewers. Forget everything you've seen, okay? This is what we're going to do now. Because Jordan Henderson, thankfully for us at least, can play. Right, just bear with me here. This is going to work. Joe Gomez, wide. Can I not? Do I have to play through? I can't. Look, we're desperate, so don't judge any of this. I think that's the solution, isn't it? Yeah, yeah. We've got 8 minutes to go. We might as well pile players forward. Don't worry about the risks at the back. It's just Ronaldo. He's probably exhausted. Not a single highlight here. 6 minutes of added time. Are you joking? Not a single I mean, please. Please. I left the back door wide open. We've not won. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Well, if you're new to the channel, welcome. That's what it's like all the time. I'm disappointed with the result. How long Salah out for? Straight after the transfer window in the biggest game of the season when I've made all 3 substitutions and I've only got to do it in 3 breaks or whatever everyone's saying. You know? I thought I was Ben the Rock Car. As someone's pointed out in chat, I'm Ben the Klopp Car. What's the... Wonderful. Misses both games against Bayern Munich. Take care, everybody. I'll see you next time. I'll play the intro again, maybe. Take care, everyone. Out forever. Happy Halloween. Jesus Christ.